Start my timer. Yes, because I talk too much. Hey guys, welcome. It is me, Deanna of The Pretty Girls Guide. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a longtime subscriber or follower on Instagram of @ThePrettyGirlsGuide, welcome back. I know you guys are glad that it is a new video. So am I, and I talk too much, so let's get started. As you can see by the title of this video, I am going to give you guys probably kind of like a little tutorial on 5 different ways that you can stretch your hair without using heat. Stretching natural hair is one of the biggest things that I have gotten a request on Instagram, on YouTube, on all types of things like that, because I have, as you can see, very tightly coiled, very dense 4C hair, and a lot of times when you see my hair, it's either like this or it's stretched out decently long. I mean, my hair is pretty darn long, so you guys normally see it, like I said, like this or stretched out, and one of the biggest questions I get is how I stretch my hair, so I have decided to do a tutorial on how to do that. Like I said, I'm going to show you 5 different ways, and we are going to start with the first one, which is my personal favorite and is actually how I typically stretch my hair, and that is 2-strand twisting old hair. This is a very old twist out, and I mean very, very old. It's probably like 2 or 3 weeks old, but we won't talk about that. Wash day! And one of the biggest things that I do, because I am so lazy about washing my hair, is trying to get the most out of every twist out that I do, because I do have so much hair and it takes a lot of time. So when my hair is in like this state where it is kind of stretched but not stretched to full capacity, I try to make it last. And how I do that is basically taking semi-stretched old hair like this. I take a section of hair. Thanks for driving by right now, bus. Kind of finger detangle it the best that you can. Like I said, I need to wash my hair. Look at that. Knots, tangles. If you ever have knots and tangles like this, always start from the ends. Do not try to start from the roots. You just push down the knots and tangles. It's a little natural hair tip for your booty right there. And so you want to start from there. And bam. Go like that. So take a section of hair, and the first thing that I always do is to go through my hair a little bit and get out any little knot balls that are in the ends. 4C hair tends to have a lot of single strand knots and a lot of little fuzzies at the ends. No matter how much I clip my ends, they are always there. So you take a section of hair, however big you want. I suggest doing decently bigger sections, maybe like this or a little bit bigger, depending on how fine your hair is. Just go through it. Do like that. And what I do, and I got a lot of questions about this on Instagram because I kind of did a little tutorial, I do wet my hair, but very little. I take like 3 or 4 half a squirts of water. And you can use water or you can use refresher spray. I used to use this all the time, the Restore by Jane Carter Moisture Mist, but don't use too much. The idea is to stretch your hair so you don't, want to get it too wet, because of course your hair will revert back. Then I take a little bit of a cream. I've been using Karen's Body Beautiful Super Duper Hydrating Cream. Got that from Target. And more recently, I have been using the Design Essentials Natural line, the Coconut and Moni Deep Moisture Milk Souffle. Just got that probably like a week ago. And you put a little bit, like a very little bit. You can see it's on my fingers. And you just moisturize your hair to add some hydration to it. You don't want your hair to be dry. You don't want to use any type of curl defining creams because those will make your curls revert. And you basically just take it and you 2-strand twist your hair. If you want a tutorial on 2-strand twisting, I have an old one on my channel a few videos back. But if you want to update it or a flat twist tutorial, let me know in the comments below. As I twist my hair, I also pull it down, give it some tension to kind of elongate it, like that. And then, bam! You got it. So it's just like that. And if your hair is not super wet, it won't revert back. So kind of just let it hang. Bam! And if you want, you can actually use one of the methods that I'm going to talk about later, which is clipping the ends of your hair, those metal hair clips, to let it hang down a little bit more and add a little weight, but I'll talk about that in a little while. I did one last night, and my hair is really dark, so you tend to need a white background to see it. I did one last night, and that is how long it stayed with no clips, which, as you can see, is very different from my hair length there. And I will take it out just so you guys can see. Try to watch my time here, because I'm not editing this video. I'm super lazy today. Anytime you're taking out a 2-strand twist, you always want to start from the end. You want to make sure your hands have a little product so you don't get too much frizz. And bam! That is my hair stretched. No clips at the end. Just dry hair and super definition. Look at them. Oh, look at that girl. So that is method 1, 2-strand twisting on old hair. Keys are to not use a lot of water and not a lot of product. Number 2 is the banding method. You guys can do this on dry or wet hair. Number 1 suggestion would be to take large sections like that. And if you don't know what the banding method is, it is basically taking rubber bands and wrapping it around your hair to stretch your hair. I would not suggest using rubber bands. That is, however, all I have. So I will show you using that. But I would suggest using those like ouchless scrunchies and things like that, just so your hair doesn't get tangled. But you take a pretty decently wide section. Dry hair, wet hair, it doesn't matter. Either will stretch. Dry hair, of course, will stretch more. You take the rubber band and you start at the base. I'm not going to because I don't want this to tangle my hair. You start at the base and you wrap it around your hair back and forth, leaving a little bit of gap, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way down to the tips or ends of your hair. My rubber band is real small, so it ain't gonna do it. And then you kind of leave that in your hair overnight. The other thing that you can do, which I have seen people do, it's still the banding method, but it's just done in a different way. You can take a section of hair and just use multiple rubber bands on one section of hair and kind of just wrap it back and forth in one section like that, and then take another rubber band and wrap it back and forth in another section like that. So you get like little chunks. It'll leave a little wave to your hair. It won't be super straight. It won't be super curly. It's just a way, like I said, to stretch your hair a little bit more. So that is the banding method. Next method is, I look crazy, pulling and fluffing. You can do this on newly 2-strand twisted hair or old 2-strand twist. It's what I normally do in the morning. I literally just start plucking at the ends of my hair, lifting and pulling. You can also use a pick and go in at the roots and lift. A lot of people do that to get the height to their hair. It's not as permanent per se as the 2-strand twisting or the banding method, meaning it's not gonna last like 2-3 days without redoing it. Retwisting dry hair and the banding method lasts a lot longer than that. But if you just want some height, or you need to look a little together, hunty, really quick, and you don't have time to 2-strand twist or band your hair, fluffing and pulling and like giving your hair some height is a really good idea. You can use a little bit of water, but always never use a lot if your goal is to stretch. Hydration will make your hair revert. 3, 4, 4. We are on 4. And my time is running out, says my little clock. 2-strand twisting your hair. This can be done on newly, freshly washed hair. 2-strand twisting your hair and then putting weights at the end. I use bobby pins because that's all I had. However, those 2-prong metal clamps that a lot of hairdresser use are really good to add some weight to the end of your 2-strand twist to make them hang down longer. As you can see, this one's hanging down longer even more than this one that I just did a few minutes ago because this has weight to it. So just adding weight to the end of your 2-strand twist will help stretch the hair as they dry. Number 5, wow, this is, I'm speeding through them, girl. there's my timer. Let me know if you guys need any more kind of like help on this. If I'm not being clear. There's these things called hair clamps, and it's literally 2 pieces of plastic that you slap together, and it like presses your hair without heat. I've seen it a lot on Instagram. I've never tried them, and they also are more for a straight style, because they literally, I've seen the videos, they do like, they take your hair, there's a clamp down here, there's a clamp up there, you let them sit in your hair for like a night or something like that, and it presses your hair straight. Craziest ish I've ever seen. If you tried it, let me know in the comments below, because I don't want to see it work and it don't. But that's another thing if you're looking for a straight style. And I'll just throw this in for a number 6. Tension method when using heat. I know I said I was talking about heatless, but if you don't mind using heat, when you blow dry your hair, if you don't want to use as much heat, you can use the tension method, which is you pulling your hair and blow drying it, or using a round brush or some sort of brush, okay, timer, and blow drying it. So holding and pulling as you blow dry, so you don't use as much heat, but you also use the tension method to pull your hair down. I might do a tutorial on that one later, but I'm not a big heat user, so maybe not. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. My camera's about to cut off. If you have any questions, ask them below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Pretty Girls Guide, and check out the website www.theprettygirlsguide.com, where I blog about all things hair, fashion, beauty, life, coupon, and style. Everything. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this, and this has helped a lot of you and answered your questions as to how I stretch my hair. And like I said, more questions, ask them below. Bye guys, until next time. Oh, and leave video suggestions below, because I don't be knowing what y'all want to see. I don't know. Bye guys.